Okay.
Oh yeah, on that note, are we like gonna do an intro type thing or like a jingle?
Are we?
I don't
haven't
know, I'm
thought about
asking.
that. I don't.
Or are we just gonna be like, okay, sweet, hey guys, how's it going? So today we're gonna be talking about
Yeah.
she's got an amazing personality, but she's fugly up. Okay, shame. We need to word it better.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna make a jingle now.
No,
Like,
of course not.
Yeah. I didn't bring my instruments. You know?
Imagine if that's actually the jingle. Oh,
Yeah.
oh boy. Okay. Cool. What's going on?
Dude, how are they gonna reply? Like, just link it in the comments. Hit us up in the comments. How's it going?
How's it going? We are your hosts. My name is Alan, and with me I have.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So hey.
There we go. Welcome to the Modern Millennium podcast, talking about everything, anything, whatever,
And
whenever.
yeah, whatever comes to mind, really.
Yeah, whatever comes to mind. This is officially our first
Yeah.
podcast.
The inauguration.
Exact-
The inauguration. What's the word?
I
I'm gonna cut that up.
thought like inauguration was when you did something great, and then they're like,
This is great.
"This is wonderful."
No, it's like when you start something.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, and then they got like the red scissors and the tape and stuff.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. So today we're going to be talking about what if she's not. How did you word this? Like you kind of. I don't.
If she's
No.
great personality but unattractive,
But unattractive.
and vice versa, would you?
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Because.
So this doesn't matter. You could be a man, a lady, other.
In between.
And what would you do? The person that you're attracted to, right? Like they're hella fine.
But that also just depends what you find attractive. Because for some people, like you do get all the different like pansexuals and whatnot, where you.
Sexual.
That's a thing, Alan.
I know it's a thing.
You know, some people are attracted to the mind as opposed to the body.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
That's pretty much exactly what this is.
Oh yeah.
What do
yeah.
you value more?
I'll be straight up, right? I've had experiences, right? Oh, I like an entire.
Yes.
I had an entire period. First year, right? So high school Alan was pretty shallow.
Oh, okay.
Right? High school Alan was so shallow. He was shallow. He was like, oh man, the cute girls, blah blah blah. I've had 2 gorgeous girlfriends, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, that thing. And my shit, I don't want to say my chasing of a girl. That just makes me sound like some like animal.
Your ambitions.
My ambitions for like girls and stuff were basically like, oh no, how cute is she? Oh, how fit? Oh, is she fit? Is she fit? Hey, you know, in the group chats with your boys, like,
Yeah. I was like, when you put it on the chat, like, gents, what do you think of this?
exactly.
Like, should I pursue or not?
Right.
Okay.
Especially back then, you know, like, I mean, high school for us wasn't that long ago, but
Yeah.
I don't think I wasn't doing like the Instagram thing that much.
No.
Nah, I wasn't doing that too much. Like, I would like fucking post a picture or whatever, but you know, it was like on my
I
dog.
still like that.
It was like on my dog or whatever, you know. And so it was like more face to face type thing, you know. You didn't like, you know.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, that also just depends. Because like personally for myself, I'm more of a face-to-face individual.
Yeah.
Like, I
Hey,
am terrible
look at
on
you.
WhatsApp. Like, no.
Good
There's
morning,
just no,
babe.
Yeah, no.
Morning,
No.
what do you
It's
want?
Like, where do you go? No.
Morning, what do you want?
But like, also in high school, since we're talking about high school,
Yeah.
like the people that I wanted to talk to were my friends at school.
Yeah.
So I'd see them every single day.
yeah.
I wouldn't really need to, had the need to send them a WhatsApp and find out like what's happening in your life. And since it's been 2 hours since I've seen you, it's like, no, I'll just catch up with you tomorrow.
Exactly.
So I think that's where it stems from for me mainly. But yeah, no,
your hatred for ugly girls.
no, my online presence is weak. Which is quite bad given the technological age that we live in.
Okay.
Because my Instagram is still like, I think I've posted twice this year.
I've liked them. Go like them.
Yeah, go like my page. M_PITSILADI.
Boom. There we go.
I think I need a simpler handle.
You
Gonna
probably
have to change
do.
my name now. Make it like it's your boy Mike. Or something people can just be like, slap it in and
boom,
find it.
Boom. Okay,
anyway.
so I don't know. Like Alan back then, it was all about how fit she is. Oh no, she cute, blah blah. Oh, does she have a great body, blah. First, Alan, the same thing, right?
Okay, but I think this also needs to go back to when did you start dating? Like, how old were you when you had your first girlfriend?
Oh,
Because that also leads to this type of stage you were in your life.
it's crazy, dude. First girlfriend was in the 7th grade, right?
Yo.
But
Okay.
it wasn't. You know how it's like in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even call her my girlfriend, my first girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh no, oh my gosh, I heard that Chanel likes you.
I had a similar thing. It was like, I think it was grade 8. Where I had this girl that was like literally asking me like, please, can I be your girlfriend? And I was like, no, I'm not at that stage. Because like, no, guys, I lived my own life. I
just
didn't
want to
want
watch
like
Cartoon Network.
Yeah, just leave me and my cartoons. So, but like she was persistent. So eventually I was like, okay, well, you know what? Because we did like communicate quite a bit. So I was like, okay, well, we'll see how this goes. So literally, like I accepted on the Friday. By the Monday, one of my friends came up to me and he was like, so I heard this happened. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, so I just had to come tell you, like, she doesn't feel that way.
Oh!
So I was like, okay, but what do you mean? So yeah, I had a girlfriend for a total of like 4 days.
Wow, I'm sorry.
And that's
mate.
only because it was over the weekend.
I'm sorry.
Best part is that was her longest relationship at the time. So yeah, she was a bit of a hoe.
Yeah. For me, it's very funny because she was the cutest girl at school, right? And
okay.
like Alan, back then, I wouldn't say like I'm suave or anything like that. No, of course not, right?
Yeah.
Wink, wink, right? but back then, like, you like a 7th grader, all you care about is like sports, fucking like Dexter's Lab, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's this girl, and she's like, oh my gosh, blah, blah. And then people come up to me like, oh, do you know that Chanel likes you? And I was just there like,
yeah, I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Right? And then I was like, I talked to her about it, like I like you too. I like give her a note or some shit. And then like we're boyfriend, girlfriend. But like I don't count that shit.
Okay.
It's funny because we went for this. Like I've never had anyone break up with me on a plane before.
On a plane?
Yeah.
That's so specific.
Like, dude, I was so roasted, dude, because of that. We went to like a school trip and stuff, and like we went on to this like mini plane thing, and they were like 30 of us, and she was sitting behind me.
Oh, so it wasn't like over the announcer or anything?
No, it wasn't.
Okay,
no,
at least a bit more personal.
Oh my gosh, she's sitting behind me, and then her friend Priscilla, who was sitting next to her, right, was like, public announcement, everyone.
Oh no, okay, so it
Alan,
was.
Chanel doesn't want to be your girlfriend anymore.
Ooh.
And oh my god, dude, and like everyone just started laughing. I remember the t-shirt.
Shame.
All right, I don't count her as,
that must have been so traumatic, dude. Like at that age,
bro. You don't understand, because it was crazy because like she was an awful person, dude.
Oh, okay.
But it was crazy because like, her new boyfriend came and like Priscilla moved and like she sat next to. It was so embarrassing, dude. But redemption,
She moved on quickly.
karma. What happened was 5 years later, 6 years later, like when you have your matric dance and stuff, we have it's called levers for us.
Okay.
So we had levers and we weren't at the same school. It's been like 6 years since I last saw her. And then she text messaged me and she was like, Alan, I need a date. Oh! And I was like, yes, this is my time for revenge. I was so petty, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to be this. Come at this time. And I never showed up.
Ooh. Okay, that was a bit of a dick move. Like,
I know, fuck.
you should have just told her off straight away.
I know. Damn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
What were we
talking about matric dances.
Yeah.
I went to a matric dance with my ex.
Wait,
Who,
was
like-
your ex at the time?
Yes.
Okay. How did you swing
Well,
that?
we were dating, and then we broke up like a month before the dance.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really time for her to like
Because she
find
thought you were
new
ugly,
resources and stuff.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
Yeah. So she was like, no, like cool, but she didn't tell her friends because she went to a different school. So she didn't tell her friends that like we had broken up. So I went to her matric dance as her boyfriend when we weren't dating. So like people expected us to do the coupley things, and it's just like, oh, but you know.
No.
Anyway, fun little flashback there. Okay, so when did your first serious relationship start?
First serious relationship, lower 6. That's like 11th grade for you.
Okay.
Right. I like this girl, dude. Like, this is the first time I ever felt like love and stuff. And it's funny because she was gorgeous and stuff, right? Fuck, dude. I don't sound like an ass. Like, she was gorgeous and stuff.
But
oh my
dense.
gosh. No, she was so gorgeous, but she was like really dumb too.
Yeah, she was
Oh my
dense.
gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, it was so bad. And I'm so glad, like, I'm not as like, I wouldn't say like woke, but like, you know how it's not like
Oh,
open-minded.
okay.
Like, oh, what do you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
about
yeah.
communism and Russia and Putin? Right? Back then it was like, oh, you know, what movies? Blah, blah, blah. And like,
Yeah.
oh, I just love having you around. Right? And that's how I was. And then my second one as well, she was like also extremely gorgeous, dude. And she was as tall as we are. And she was just like, oh my gosh, dude, Jesus. And she was
Okay.
fine, but she wasn't very smart. Not even like smart. Like, we're not saying Einstein, but like
Yeah.
having a conversation sometimes is so hard.
Ooh, when they just like you're trying to have a conversation and you expect a reply and they just hit you up with a little hee, that's so funny. And it's like, no, you're supposed to be engaging.
Engage
But
me.
ew. Okay.
Engage me. What?
Yeah, so where does that now leave you in terms of
I will continue.
Beauty
I will
too.
continue this. What about you, Mike? Tell us about your girlfriends.
okay, so I was a fairly late bloomer in that sense. I mean, I only had my first kiss when I was 18. So
Don't be ashamed of that, bro.
Yeah, I had my first girlfriend when I was in varsity already. But I think that made it a bit difficult as well because she
Yeah.
was in high school and that was a mission.
Pedophile.
But she was above age. She was in matric.
Okay, right, of course.
That's the story and I'm sticking to it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But yeah, point being, like, shame, she wasn't the most attractive, but she wasn't like ugly by any means.
yeah.
And she was clever. Like one of those students that's taking like 11 subjects in matric, getting distinctions for everything.
look
And it's
at
like,
you.
that was not me. Like I am not a studious individual. I'm that kid that like does the assignment the night before, and that's like that was me starting early.
That still happens today.
Yeah.
I mean, for me too, bro. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know, because I've also got into a stage, because then I was in a relationship with someone where I'd compromised quite a lot.
What do you mean?
Like, oh, no, I don't want to get into that now.
Oh,
That
come
is a
on. Come on. What do you mean compromise, bro? I don't understand. Like,
Okay,
like
so no,
she was short?
don't you like that? Okay, so from what I gather here, Alan likes tall girls. I am the opposite. I like tall girls.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, I didn't grow until like grade 11. I was that short kid for so long. And now I feel like, no, I've been like, I've worked to get to my height.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't want to feel short again. It wasn't a good time in my life.
Okay, fine.
But yeah, so anyway, getting back to the topic. Yeah, that put me in a really weird position, because then I felt like I was worth more than I was giving myself credit for.
Yeah.
So
I
now
I
I've
still
like
don't-
set standards
I
so
still
high.
don't- I still don't understand. You thought you were too good for her, bro?
No,
Oh my
I didn't think I
gosh.
was too good for her. She okay, so she had a lot of mental.
Mental. Okay, this is going
instabilities.
Okay.
Yeah, where I was giving up my own personal identity by being in a relationship with this person.
Yeah.
And I felt like that wasn't something I was comfortable with because I'm still my own guy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, don't change who I am. And yeah, after that, I was like, okay, well, you know what? If, you know, I'm not in any rush to like get into a relationship. Like, I can wait. That's fine. You know, I'll wait for the person that I want to be with type of thing. But it's like, who do you want to be with? Because no one's like your perfectly ideal person.
That's true.
Any
That's
relationship,
true.
it's like there's always those little quirks
Yeah.
that like get to you, but it's like, oh, you still love them in the greater scheme of things.
Oh.
So I don't know, hey, because like, yeah, you still want like Instagram worthy girlfriend, but you also want to be able to have a conversation with them.
Exactly. That's the same thing, you know, and it's hilarious because lately in first year, I was like, oh, Alan, it's time to start being shallow, blah, 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 blah. You know, out of high school, because high school is a bit of a bubble and stuff. I come here and like, you know how people at like Vits are like, oh no, you gotta be woke or like, yay, all that stuff, right? Like you gotta be woke and like you gotta know shit. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I started seeking. I started like looking at girls' hearts and stuff, right? And like it was crazy because there were a couple of girls, right? I mean, they were decent. They were very like, I wouldn't say like, you know how suburban girls look like. Okay. So when I say suburban, I mean like your girl next door. Okay. Like she's not like, she's not hip. Yeah. Or she's not like, like you know, like she'll wear like a fucking like summer skirt and some sandals or whatever. Okay. Like that's how they look, right? And I'm there, and Alan's trying to like, have like, conversation stuff like, yo, like what's this like whole inner depth thing all about, bro? And they were terrible. Ooh. They were awful people, dude. Like it's crazy because during like Fees Must Fall and stuff, right? The one girl that I was seeing in quotations, right? Yeah. So she calls me and she's like, I was with Roy and was it Roy and Eli? I'm not sure if you know them.
Got no clue who those people are.
Yeah, okay. Shout out to y'all.
Maybe I'll meet you one day. We'll see.
One day. And so for me, it was like a whole, because we were like at Wham and stuff. And you know how like Wham has the glass windows and stuff. And like we're inside Wham and like shit's happening outside. Yeah. And we're just there like dying and stuff. Like, oh my gosh. And then this girl calls me and she's like, hey, Alan, I hope you're fine. I was like, yeah, I'm fine, right? She'd be like, I heard dangerous things are going on. There's savages there. Dude, I died, right? Like, it was hilarious at the time. And then I was like, nah, she was just joking. And then, like, just overall, she just turned out to be, like, such a wretched person. Like, she was smart and shit, but at the same time, she's just mean, bro.
Okay, so then what would you... Because now when you meet someone, you obviously like need to get to know them first. There's only so much you can tell by, if you anything at face value. So how long do you get to know someone before you make it official and actually start going out with them?
That's like a topic on its own.
Okay.
Okay.
No, we'll leave it for. All right, we'll discuss that another day.
We'll discuss, but like short answer, it's different every single time actually, because. This one time, like I knew the person for like months, right? And like I didn't see them that way. Like they were fine. FOIINNNE. They were fine. Okay. Right? Yeah. But at the same time, like I only discovered that like, oh shit, like I really like this person after like 5 months. And stuff, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then like you start getting like butterflies in your stomach, and shit. You're like, "Oh my gosh!" And then the next one, it was like, boom, like 2 weeks, and like, "Oh shit, yeah. I think I might like you quite a bit," and stuff. And like prior to contrary belief, Like, I'm not really out here like that. A lot of people be like, oh, Ellen, you're the girls. Oh, I'm pretty sure people like that with you, Michael. Like,
Oh, if only. What do you mean?
Right? And like, it's, you know, like that shit. Like for me, I'm not really out here like that at all. So yeah, dude, I don't know.
Okay.
Because of what happened in first, because of all the girls who were, and I'm not like, this isn't like no hasty generalization type shit, quite not. But you know, you find yourself and you're there and you've got like this girl and like she's not as pretty, right?
Okay.
You said it before, that Instagram worthiness or whatever, right? And you feel kind of bad introducing her to your friends.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, okay. I think when you're at a point where you're embarrassed to introduce her to your friends, that's
it's bad. And she's not even that awful. Like, that just how fucking like terrible you are as a person, Michael.
No, it's what social media has done to us. It's set unrealistic standards, actually.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of like editing that goes into it. Like, it's scary. But the other thing is, like, I don't know, Alan, do you have Tinder?
I tried that Tinder shit, dude. I tried Tinder for...
Tinder is a trap. Tinder has taught me that photo angles, like, can change perspective. Like, it's incredible.
Ooh. In fact, you need to add that to the list, actually.
Oh, okay, we'll do that.
I was on Tinder for like...
We'll just put Tinder.
Yeah. For like 2 weeks. And I stopped because... like it's hilarious how many like girls at Vits have Tinder. And this was I did it with Steven, and it was crazy because I think it's probably like my hair and shit, but like I'm easy to spot.
Okay.
And then random girls.
So they'd just be like, oh, hey, Alan.
Hey,
I've never had
you
that.
on Tinder.
I've never.
Dude, it was so bad that we were in one of my law classes and we're about to leave, and this girl from the other end is like, oh, Alan, I saw you on Tinder last night. And the whole class heard it, and my lecturer was like, wait, what? And I'm there, I'm like,
okay.
I think I need to delete it now.
It's like, okay. When random people are walking up to you and being like, hey, that's the other thing, when people are so fake, like they know you, and it's like, I've never met you in my life.
Oh my gosh, dude. Jeez. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. So you've got opposite us right now. You've got who's a pretty young thing. Who do you find most attractive? Like, she has to be mutual. Like, everyone has to find her attractive. Angelina Jolie. Does everyone find Angelina Jolie attractive?
In the earlier days. I don't know so much now.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while. Who do you find attractive?
I don't keep up with celebrity.
I don't keep up with celebrities either. But, like, it has to be someone that, like, everyone knows, like, is objectively attractive.
Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones. The redhead.
Oh, I don't find her attractive.
Don't you?
No
you
way.
See, that's the other thing. It's like,
maybe because like I started
Oh.
watching Game of Thrones like recently, and she's like still a kid.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a bit like, no, Alan. I'm talking about up to date, like what she looks like now, not when she was 13.
You know, you're the one dating high schoolers, Michael. Okay, how about like?
Okay, well, what do you? Okay, so another thing. What do you find attractive?
Exactly. Yeah.
Physically, in a lady.
Oh, is that me, or are you asking them?
I'm asking you. So we know it's tall.
Tall, pretty slender, and has to. I know this isn't a physical characteristic. Has to like. I don't know why I've always fallen for girls with like that amazing natural scent. Holy moly, dude! Like, jeez. There's this one girl that I met recently, and dude, like, no fucking perfume. She smells fucking amazing. Like, it's crazy, dude. Tall. And then I'm not concerned. Like it could be like short hair or like long hair. I mean, it really doesn't bother me.
And hair color?
Hair color, it doesn't matter, to be honest. It could be fucking purple. I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, yeah. Right. Yeah. I think like Anne has to laugh at my jokes. Has to find me hilarious. Because I'm not saying I'm like funny or anything, but I tell some, and it's always great when like it's like, oh, Alan, you're so funny. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it's cool when someone gets you in that sense.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
See, I'm like the opposite. I'm short girl. Also hair, okay. Yeah, long or like shoulder length. But
Okay.
I don't know about like short hair. Like a dude's hair. Like before I cut my hair, so I used to actually have hair that went past my shoulders.
Yeah, check his
And,
Instagram.
I don't think there actually are any photos on my Instagram with my long hair. Like that's how like little I post of myself, especially.
There is one, because I remember me and Rolene were stalking your Instagram.
Oh, okay. So there's one picture. But anyway, I went through like a stage where I was like, yo, I don't know, if a girl has like shorter hair than me, how would I feel about that?
Oh, yeah.
Which is weird if you think about it. But yeah, it's one of those that I did think about, strangely. But yeah, anyway. Moving on.
Moving on. Okay, so you've got, on the right, I've got whoever I find it, Angelina Jolie in her younger days, because good lord, and the lips. Oh my god.
No, I don't like the lips.
And I love
It's a
them
bit much.
so much. And then in the right for you, you've got, I'm trying to think of someone really short. Like Adele.
Okay, Adele.
I'm
Yeah.
just joking.
No, well, I mean, that puts the conversation topic into perspective. Like, you've got Angelina Jolie, and then you've got... Oh, no, what's
No, I'm
her
talking
name?
about for you, dude.
Oh,
In my right chair, there's Angelina Jolie.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
about you. Fine, in your right chair, there's whoever you find attractive.
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I don't like her.
Ah, Ellen, okay.
Okay, fine. You've got
Just let me have it.
You've got Scarlett. I have got the gorgeous Angelina Jolie.
Should I be like really controversial and go with like a Jennifer Aniston?
Oh, yeah, no, but she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she
oh my,
is.
yeah. Okay, fine. She's gorgeous.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah, in fact, yeah, I'll have Jen too. So
We're not sharing, Ellen. You can keep your
And-
Angelina.
on the left, we have
Okay, so on my left is Susan Boyle.
Amy Schumer, right? She's
Okay.
like, she's like, we've got, and so she's not that much of a looker, but she is quite funny, and she's on the politics scene as well these days. That means she's #woke,
Okay.
right? Boom, and yeah, so. Your choice. Oh yeah, and then we have Jen has to be like really daft.
Okay.
Like whenever you tell a joke, she's like, "Okay, honey."
Okay. So where are we going with this, Ellen?
Who are you picking? Right here.
No, but that's not just at face value, because now I don't. If they're your picks,
What do you mean?
Oh, okay,
No,
so-
you have to pick though. You have to pick between Amy Schumer, who's gonna make you laugh every day of your life, or Jen, who's gonna be attractive to look at, but every time you tell a joke, or every time you like introduce her to your mates, or every time you ask what you want to eat, she'd be like, "Okay, honey," or "Okay," or whatever, and she might be a cheater too.
ooh, okay, no. That's a whole separate topic.
Might.
Nah, if she's a cheater, then kick her to the curb. But like, it also, I find like we're still young. But there's also going to come a time in our lives where, the beauty is going to fall away.
Yeah.
And then if you don't love the person on the inside, then like you're stuck.
Oh boy, that would suck so bad.
But like, we're still young. So,
Yeah.
I feel like I've got friends who can make me laugh and, entertain me in that sense.
Okay, honey.
Yeah, dude, that's fine.
Okay, for me, yeah, definitely the more attractive one. I'm sorry, because personal experience, like all the girlfriends that I have had were amazing. They were great. Like that whole like, they laughed at my jokes and shit, and like I would like I mean, they weren't like in depth. Like you couldn't talk about fucking like Putin or the situation in Cuba right now. But it was great. Like you're right. Like if you have like other friends who could like stimulate that in you, then I think you're good. Whatever. But shout out to all my Amy Schumer girls out there. You're beautiful on the inside.
Because the other thing is like, okay, then what? Let's change this up a bit now, since we've admitted that we're shallow and we want a hot girlfriend. So now you've got a hot girlfriend who's like supermodel hot, like insanely hot. But
like Bella Hadid. Oh my god. Bella.
Okay. But like when you're with them, you can't even have like, there's just, you're not even comfortable in their presence almost. Or you've got like a fairly attractive person, but you're like almost best mates in the sense that you can spend every minute of every day with them.
Then fairly attractive, and I can spend every minute and every day with her, definitely. Yeah. Because like you know what it's like, especially like when you're talking to girls and stuff, and they're like, oh blah blah, like I had this one girl like, oh my gosh, I like you a lot, and I was like, cool, and I felt like uncomfortable being in that situation because she's very like, she's hot and stuff, but before every single time I would like try even like talk to her. It was so like short, like okay, yes, and then like
when they don't engage in the conversation.
It's so silly. Like, hey, what do you think about the I don't know, I'm just gonna say like pizza. Okay. Or, I don't know, like a pizza.
Pineapple on pizza, is that a thing or not? Type of
exactly. Yeah.
And they just be like, no. And
like no.
What does that mean? What do you mean no?
You know, like when you're being sarcastic or like witty and stuff, like you throw in like a really, and it just go, and it makes you look like an idiot. So definitely fairly attractive and best mates over anything. I would definitely take that over like Bella or Gigi or whatever. But Gigi has a personality. Sorry, I was watching your 73 questions on
okay.
So great.
So it's fresh.
Yeah. What would you do?
No, I'd do the same. Like, I can admit that I'm shallow, that I want like someone that's attractive, but at the same note, like I'm not superficially enough to be like, I just want a trophy wife type of scenario.
Oh yeah.
Because I find that my relationships. So I'm an only child. So like,
wow, look at you, Mike.
So I have
like 3 other siblings.
Oh, okay. So I enjoy relationships I form with people.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Wow. So it needs to mean something to me.
Okay, wow.
But I mean, I say that and I'm still single because I think like I'm looking for too much.
Dude, you're single by choice, bro. Like I'll be honest, you're single by choice. I was talking to Ethan. Yeah, you met Ethan the other day, right? Like when we were talking and stuff. He's single by choice. I'm very single by choice. Because recently, dude, it makes me sound like such a chav.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually like, oh, this girl texted me and she's like, yeah. Right? And like, I was like, no, I've got to study. And also, dude, I'm such a fucking nerd as well, dude. Yeah. I'm just there. And like, because like how I was raised and stuff, I've
got no game, dude.
Like I have no game as well, dude. Like like my mom raised me to be like a gentleman, and my dad is like, "Oh, you're a good young man." Yeah. And so when I'm just there, like, yes, I am. Right. And like that's all there is, and like it's very hard for me, especially like when like I go out like to clubs and stuff, and like girls are.
Yeah, okay, that's a whole nother topic of clubbing.
And girls are like, up front. And I'm just there, I'm like, oh, yeah, ooh, yes, oh, yes, ma'am, yes, miss.
Yeah, because, so like I was also raised by a single mother. So I always had that heavy influence of what it's like from the like female's perspective.
Yeah.
So this whole notion of going to a club and like, I'm not the type of person to go up to a stranger and like just go like start dancing against them type of thing. Because like who does that? Like no, you need to like chat to them, like get permission.
Bro, talking about permission, dude. Oh, that's another thing. But let me keep this short.
Yeah, okay.
I was chilling at this girl's house the other time. All right, just like I think 3 weeks ago, whatever. And she friend zoned me. right?
Okay.
A week before. And like during that period, like we were having like a great time and shit, I feel, whatever. And like I was like, you know, really polite and stuff, and like we're grooving and shit, right? We get to her house. So after the last time we hung out, she friends on me, but like we were like just sitting on my lap and stuff, we're like holding hands, whatever, before. And then she texted me, maybe I didn't get the context, but she's like, oh, I'm so glad I found a friend like you, when she texted me. And then she's like, friend, emphasized. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So she invites me to her house or whatever, right? And now I'm there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm here as a friend, right? And then now we're like laying on her bed and stuff, and I'm freaking out, dude. I'm having like a little panic attack, because I'm like, what the hell do I do?
Yeah.
Like
those mixed messages.
And like, I don't know what to do. And I don't want to disrespect anyone by like just grabbing that booty.
Yeah. You see.
You don't want it. Oh my gosh. And then like, I think she got mad at me and shit, because like after 2 hours, she's like, okay, you can get the fuck out.
Yeah. You see, that's with the whole clubbing thing, because like a lot of my friends are like, no, you just go to a club, you just find, you know, someone you like, and you go do your thing. And it's like, no, but I mean, what does that even mean?
What
like,
is that even?
No, people, that's I think that needs to be another topic. That's just a whole, And another thing is, what are your boundaries with a relationship? Because like I've got scenarios where there is interest, but it's in a social group that I don't want to mess up, in a sense.
Oh yeah.
Because there have been other relationships in that group that have completely split the people apart.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's crazy.
But then you feel bad, because it's like they're nice people, and
exactly.
What could be, but
exactly. But dude, I just to like end it all off, because we've got like 4 minutes.
Okay.
But I wouldn't, no matter how hot she is, right? If we had Angelina and we had Amy Schumer, and like Angelina, no matter like if she's like gorgeous, right? But if she's a mean person, I can't, dude.
No.
I can't, bro. Like, I've tried that, you know, especially like with these little it girls these days, you know, they got a couple of thousand followers on Instagram. They think, you know,
they think they're big.
Yeah, they've been knighted by the queen or some shit, right? Like, and you hang out with them, and like, I wouldn't, like,
they see themselves above the rest.
Yeah.
It's like people must treat them differently because they have thousands of followers.
Exactly.
And it's like, but you're just...
Like this one girl I met here, it was me and Steven were sitting down at Theo's.
Okay.
And this girl passes by, and I'm like, hey, right? Look, I have a little theory. Me and Stevie have a little theory that you're always on your phone. And she's very attractive.
Okay.
And she starts like being mean to me. Like I wasn't even hitting on her.
While walking past you.
Yeah. She stops there, and like she's like, I'm like, hey, yo, I'm Alan. She doesn't give me her name, whatever. She's very fucking mean, right? And it was like me and Steven were just being nice,
okay,
right? And she's very, very mean, like extremely mean. And then what happens is, hello ma'am. What happens is, okay, we've got to wrap up.
Yeah.
What happens is, I see her 2 weeks later at Fashion Week.
Okay.
After she was so rude to us, me and Steven. And me and Stevie laughed it off. See her 2 weeks later at Fashion Week, she comes up to me. She's like, hey! And her personality switched up. And I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, because she's now judging you differently based on the fact that you're at Fashion Week.
And then she's like, oh my gosh, hey, this is my sister. And like, I was like, okay, you were really awful to me last time. Yeah. And then I didn't mention it like that. I was just like, okay, cool, whatever, right? Yeah. And imagine like if you fall for someone who is like that all the time, but then after like 2 years, their mean side just comes out. It's crazy. I wouldn't fucking want that ever.
No. But yeah, that's just something you hope doesn't come out after 2 years, then it comes out earlier.
Exactly.
Which brings back to the whole thing of like getting to know the person before actually things get serious.
Before grinding behind her at that club, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah.
AKA.
I've only done it like once, okay.
Okay, guys. So it's been Michael.
Yeah.
And it's been Alan, from the Modern Millennium podcast. If you have any questions, holla.
Well,
Emails.
they've got my Instagram handle now.
Yeah, they have your Instagram handle. So DM Mike. Or
Slide into the DMs. I'll follow
Or-
back. Like, yo.
there he is. Or email us at the Modern Millennium. Millennium, not millennial, because a lot of people think it's millennial.
Just copy the title.
Exactly. And then at gmail.com. And then we'll answer your questions.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, such a good episode, I feel.
Yeah, no. It was a good way to start it off.
Oh. Okay, cool. Cheers. Subscribe or whatever. No one's forcing you to do anything.